terms of our children's curriculum. If our children don't know what went on in the state of New York, and it actually, slavery needs to be mandatory, needs to be mandatory. It is not mandatory in our schools to be taught. People have no idea what happened. Number one, why slavery existed. We all know it's because of capitalism, because of money. I mean, this country, the greatest country in the world, is built on the backs of black folks. Why? Because you had a cadre, a pool of cheap, not even cheap, just cheap labor. So they could build these buildings, build these monuments, and keep the economy going because they could do all the grunt work. I mean, hell, I could build a kingdom if I had thousands and thousands of people just to say, if I say build this, build that, build that. So, but people need to know that. Why this country and why this state is, the state in this country is the greatest state, greatest country, and the greatest state in the world. Because we had a pool of folks that would do labor for free. They need to know that. It didn't happen by magic. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen because someone snapped their fingers. Black folks built this state. So, and if you know that, number one, and if you know the history of black folks in this state or in this country, then you can move forward. You know, it often baffled me that the greatest repository of the black family, where all of our records are kept. You know, you can go back generation after generation after generation till when we first entered this country, and they have the records of what black people came in here and into each state in this union is with the Mormon Church. It's with the Mormon Church. You don't have the records. I don't have the records. The Mormon Church has the record. So it must be very, very valuable if we don't have any indications or any artifacts of our history. Our history must be the greatest history in the world, because they've certainly tried to keep it hidden for us. But if we don't meet them halfway, if we can't expose our own children to this history, then it's our fault now, in this day and age.
I'm here to tell you, God's angry with you. I wouldn't be burning no church down if I were you. Last night, I